Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Learning Information Technology with Peter Stone. I ask that you subscribe to my channel and that you tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe also. Please remember to turn on your notification bell so that you will know when a new video has been uploaded. In today's lesson, we're going to be looking at creating pivot tables and pivot charts. We're going to be doing this with the assistance of the sample SBA from the CSEC syllabus that was prepared for the June 2020 onward sitting. Let's get started. So I'm going to be sharing my screen with you so that we can have a look at the question. I want you to pay particular attention to the section in yellow. It says, create a pivot table showing the constituencies, the candidates' names, and the total number of votes the candidates received. So I've gone ahead and I've prepared this section for you so that we can go ahead and create our pivot table. Let's have a look at that. So we're now on the spreadsheet file and you can see my labels. So I have constituency, number of voters, votes cast, candidate's name, candidate rating, votes received, party name, and refund status. So we're going to be creating a pivot table and we're going to be using constituency, candidate's name, and votes received. Let's get started. So we're going to go to insert, and then we're going to head on over to here where it says pivot chart. We're going to click on that. And we're going to go down to the option that says pivot chart and pivot table because we want to have both. So we're not going to go with the pivot chart alone because we want to see the table as well. So let's click on that. All right, so this pop-up appears. And the first item here, it says choose the data that you want to analyze. All right, so it says select a table or range. So we want to use all of this data here. So we're going to go ahead and select all of the data that we have placed in our table. So I'm just going to highlight this area and go across there. All right, so we selected the range of the data as it goes from A1 straight down to H29. All right, awesome. We're not going to be using an external data source, so we're going to leave this second item here on our list unchecked. And we're going to move on to the third item where it says choose where you want the pivot table report to be placed. Now I have two options here. I can put it on a new worksheet or I can allow it to remain on the existing worksheet that we're currently working from. But I want my data to be spread out nice and neat. So I'm going to put it on a new worksheet. So I'm going to check that circle right there. So I'm going to select new worksheet and then I'm going to click on OK. So it's going to take us to a new worksheet. And from there, we're going to be going to the pivot chart fields to select the fields that we want. I want you to look to the right of your screen here so we can see that it has presented us with all the fields that were in our table before. And if we go back to the question, remember it said that we needed the constituencies, the candidate's name, and the total number of votes received. So let's head on back over to our spreadsheet. So we're going to check for constituency. We're going to click that checkbox. And we're also going to click candidate's name. And the final one is votes received. So let's click that checkbox as well. And there you have it. So we have our pivot table here. And this is our pivot chart. So we're going to go ahead and close this pivot chart field right there. And this looks a little jumbled. So we're going to extend it a bit so that we can see the information clearly. So I'm going to extend that a bit. All right. Okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. So that we can see that clearly. All right. So now we are able to see our pivot chart. Let's get that in a little more. All right. So here we have our pivot table, and this is our pivot chart. Here we have our constituencies. So there's East, East Central, North, Northwest, and we have the candidates that are in each of the constituencies, and we also have the total, the votes that each candidate received, and we have the total votes for each constituency. Awesome. So there you have it. We have created our pivot table and our pivot chart. I hope you learned something new today. Thanks for watching. Be sure to give us a thumbs up for this video and to comment below and tell us what errors you would like us to look at. Thanks for hanging with Teacher Stone.